In this video, we're going to look at how we use text replacement on the Mac with macOS Ventura. And as a bonus, I'm also going to show you how you can combine this with emojis. So you can use text replacement to type an emoji as an example. Now, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm Dan Wassing from Dan's Tutorials. I create easy-to-follow video tutorials for the Mac, iPad, iPhone, Apple Watch, and Apple TV. You can find these all over at danstutorials.com. All right, let's get back to why you are here. Let's go and take a look at my Mac and how we use text replacement with macOS Ventura. Let's first take a look at text replacement. What is it? Well, let's open up my Messages app here. And when you're typing, what you can do is you can type an acronym and then the Mac will replace that with text. This is what text replacement is. So as an example, let's say I was texting my wife Beth here that I'm on my way. Well, instead of typing on my way, what I can do is I can go OMW, and you're going to see that it put on my way in there. Another way of using it is for misspellings. I commonly misspell the word like. I type it in as L-E-I-K instead of L-I-K-E. Watch what happens when I type in here L-E-I-K. L-E-I-K. You're going to see that it replaced it with like. So that's what text replacement is. How do we set this up? Well, we set this up in our system settings. If you're using an older version of macOS, this is in your system preferences. So what I'm going to do is go over to my Apple menu here, and then we go over to our system settings. Under system settings, what we need to do is go to our keyboard settings. This is at the very bottom here. When we're looking at our keyboard settings, you're going to see text replacements. This is where we set it all up. So when I click on this, you're going to see that I have my on my way, and what I need to type is OMW. There's my L-E-I-K, and when I type that, it replaces it with like. You're going to see that I also have my name in here, Dan Wassing, Dan's Tutorial, so it's DWDT, and when I type those four letters, what the Mac will do then is type in Dan Wassing, Dan's Tutorials. If you want to add your own, all you have to do is just go down to the plus here, click on it, and then from here, what we do is we type what we want to use as the acronym. So let's say I'm going to use be there in 5 minutes. So I'm just going to use B5. So we can just type in B5 space, and what it'll do is it'll replace it with be there in 5 minutes. Type on add, and when I go over to messages here, if I type in here B5, you're going to see it replaced it with be there in 5 minutes. So that's how we set up our text replacement. Also, if you're using iCloud, anything that you type in these text replacements, when you go into your system settings, will sync across your iPad and iPhone as well. So you can set it up on the Mac and still use these same text replacements on your other devices. Now let's take a look at emojis. What I'm able to do in here is put an emoji. To do that, what we do is we go up to Edit, and then you're going to see emoji and symbols. I can also use the globe key here. I have a Mac with a globe key, so I could tap on the globe key and it'll pull up that keyboard, the emoji keyboard. So let's go ahead and select this. And now from here, what I can do is tap on any one of these emojis to enter it into the field. So let's go with the smiley face here. And now we can see we have the smiley face there. Let's say I wanted to go with the thumbs up. All I have to do is pull up that keyboard again, use the globe key, and then I can go with the thumbs up. I can select any one of these emojis. And now that's kind of cool. I really use this a lot when I'm talking with people. I want to put a little smiley face there, or if someone mentions something and I like it, I can give it a thumbs up. But I always have to go over to this keyboard replacement. Wouldn't it be great if we could work with text replacement and these emojis? That's what we're going to look at next. What we can do is we can use text replacement for these emojis. As an example, what I'd be able to do is go TU for a thumbs up, or SM for smile. WK for a wink. To do that, what we do is we go back over to our text replacements. So I'm going to go to my system settings again. Again, if you're using an older version of Mac OS, you go to your system preferences. And then from here, we go back over to our keyboard. You'll go to your keyboard preferences if you're using system preferences. We go over to our text replacements. And then all I have to do is just click on the plus. I'm going to replace SM with my smiley face. So now I need to get that keyboard up there. So I'm going to go up to edit here. We're going to go to my emoji and symbols. I have my emoji keyboard here. I just go and tap on the smiley face. And now when I type in SM space, it's going to replace it with that emoji. Let's go and do that again. We're going to go with thumbs up. So I go TU. And I need to bring up that keyboard again. Let's go to the thumbs up. And let's go with one more. We're going to go with wink. Tap on the plus, WK. And now I bring up that keyboard again. I'm using the keyboard shortcut. And I search for wink. We have wink here. Click on it. Click on add. And now when I go to my message here, and this works across any app that takes text, I could be in Pages, I could be in Numbers, I could be in Messages, I could be in Notes. It doesn't really matter which app you're in. All you have to do is just type in the SM for smiley face, or if I want it to be a thumbs up, TU. We have my thumbs up. And what do I use for wink? WK. And we can see we have my wink here. So that's how you use text replacements, as well as how you can combine them with emojis. You can now use text replacements to type in emoji as an example. And again, if you set this up on the Mac, it will sync across all your different devices if you use an iCloud. So these 3 text replacements will now work on my iPad and iPhone as well. So that's how we use text replacement on the Mac with macOS Ventura, as well as how we can use text replacements to type in emojis.